Yo, welcome back. You're tuned into the Future of Sports Talk Radio. We are Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. It's your boy King Hooley on the mic, and you know the vibes. The other guys are running just a little bit late. They should be here pretty soon. But Hojo, I brought some friends back with me. He was here last week. He has been our college football, aficionado. He's been our guy to go to college football. Welcome back, Coach Bo, to the show. What's up, Coach Bo? How's everything going, my boy?
Hey, King Hooley, how's it going, man? Just trying to hold everything down here in my LA. That would be Lower Alabama. We're located about 30 minutes from the Gulf of Mexico, so nice and rainy and soggy, and trying to stay dry down here today.
Oh, the weather is terrible down there, huh?
Oh my gosh, awful. Tornado warnings. Lots of rain, been bad, but hey, we're hanging in there. We're used to it.
It's about Christmas time in Mobile. I remember like a few years ago. You remember when that big tornado went down through Midtown?
Oh yeah,
I just moved from there.
My grandmother lived a block from where that thing touched down.
Yeah,
she lived right there in the Oakley district, right. I mean, literally
I lived
a block
right
up and
the
across
Oakley district. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just moved from there, and I ended up moved out to West Mobile, and then Christmas Day I was there. I was at home alone, and
scary stuff. I mean, that was real.
Yeah, I'm playing video games one day, and I look over to the left out the window. It's pitch black, and I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" Turn on the news, and there's a tornado warning, and then they showed the tornado going through Midtown. I just moved from there, probably a couple months before that.
Right.
That sucked. Joining the show. It's been a long time since he's been here. He was with Touchdown with Doug Smith. He's been my boy, Soup. Adrian Campbell, aka Soup. What's up, Soup?
Man, what's going on, Hooley? Glad to be back, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's everything been with you, brother?
Oh man, life been life, and we relocated. Had to move out the frigid mountains of Colorado, get to a place that had more oxygen. So now we're holding it down in H-Town.
Right,
nice and sunny H-Town. So I'm a little bit further north of the Gulf, more than Bo, but we've been getting some of that rain and tornado warnings and stuff. But I'm a little bit drier than he is right now. Okay,
right on. Shout out to Glenn. Shout out to Eric Weaver, aka Mr. Always Ignorant, aka the he's in the championship. He's in the league for the Thundercats, Mr. Thundercat guy. He's in the championship for our fantasy football. So shout out to that dude. Also, Ani. I got to get Ani back on the show, man. Little people don't know, like we recorded. No, I can't say we recorded. That would be a lie. We did a show with Ani but I forgot to hit record, so it never hit here. So her debut will be her second time on the show when she does make it. That's crazy. So Houston, man. Houston is crazy. I should be in Houston soon, man. So when I'm there, we definitely gotta hook up.
Lincoln. Let's go.
Okay, right on. Let's do it.
Yeah, say less.
Right on. But I'd like to welcome everybody back to another episode of Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. I am King Hooley, Hollow Point, and Horace just popped in. Oh my goodness, we got to do Horace the Eddie Kane way. My dog Horace Jr. is in the building. What's up, Horace?
Man, grinding, bro. I started the new job. They got to schedule all type of crazy off this day, on this day, early this day, late this day. But it's supposed to get normal here pretty soon. I can't wait because I'm missing way too much sports. I'm having to catch up late on stuff. I'm used to sitting on the quad screen watching all four at the same time, and that's just that has not been happening, man. And I'm missing it. And it's killing me, taking my TikTok away, man. So I ain't been doing that. So.
Oh no.
Bro, yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do after that? You have any plans like moving towards Instagram Reels?
Yeah, Instagram.
Okay, right on.
Oh yeah, I'll do Instagram.
If you don't know, if you're new to the show, Horace has these epic rants on TikTok. What's your handle on TikTok? Horace Jr., correct?
Yep, Horace_Jr. Yeah, man. Especially if you love Alabama, you hate Alabama. Either way, you definitely want to see them.
You definitely want to check those things out. They're pretty nice. I love them. I love them. Sure. That's why we have him here on the show. That's why he's always here. Ani said that was the best show never aired. You're absolutely correct. It was actually a really good show. I forgot to hit record right at the end. I look up to hit and it says on my screen, it says end stream, and I'm like, shit, it says record. How do I break this to these guys? It took me like 5 minutes to break it to them.
It happened. Look, are you really doing podcasting if you haven't recorded an entire show but not recorded a show?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You get but back to this episode. Obviously, this is going to be our year in review. We're going to talk about a lot of the big stories from 2024 because next week will be next year. So we want to talk about all the stuff from before. So we're going to talk about this stuff. Obviously, we have to talk about the college football. We have Coach Bo here, so we have to talk about the college football playoff for sure. That's why he's here. He didn't want to do the year review, but he's here to do this college. But I'm making him stay to the end. So you can't clock out early this week, Coach Bo. Sorry.
Hey man, you don't have to twist my arm to get some airtime. I'll do whatever you need, King Hula.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
I'm here for you to make your day better. Whatever you need.
I appreciate you, my dude. Yeah, and there's no hollow point here. He makes me so mad. If he shows up after I finish this, I swear I'm gonna kick his ass when I see him. But this is where the point normally of the show where I hand it over to Hollow Point. He tells you where to find us on the socials. But if you're here, obviously you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. If you're watching this through any of those mediums and you haven't liked or subscribed to us, please do that. That way you'll be notified when we get new live shows that we try to do every week here. I'm terrible at doing this, so please don't hold this against me. But shout out to our guys at the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. And if you also tomorrow on Saturdays, you can find us on the Roku on the Northeast Sports Streaming Sports Network. I think that's it. This is why Hollow Point does it, because I'm terrible at it. I'm horrible with names. They're probably gonna kick us off the network. Yes. Rest in peace to Greg Gumbel, who passed away earlier today. He was pillar in the sports community. Obviously, he was a commentator, mostly with CBS Sports, I believe. And he'll be missed for sure. His work will be missed. So we're gonna get to why we are here. We're gonna talk a little bit about some college football playoff. Pop this little thing up right here. Let me get this graphic out of Horace's face. Bam. All right, so we're going to start with the Penn State versus Boise State. That game is going to be on the 31st, New Year's Eve at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. Real quick, what do you guys feel about this game? Horace, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go. I feel like I felt last weekend. It's gonna be a bunch of chalk. I think the higher seeds are going to win. I think it's unfortunate that Ohio State has to play Oregon because those are arguably the two best teams in the country. At least have to meet in the semifinal, but the quarterfinal is kind of crazy, so that's unfortunate. But I'm looking at a lot of chalk. Georgia playing a backup quarterback, so that should be interesting. Thinking Texas is going to wipe the floor with Arizona State. I would love to be wrong living in San Antonio because God knows these are some of the most wish-washy fans. I probably seen 5 Texas hats coming into the season. Now when I go to the gym, I go at work, I'm seeing Longhorn hats everywhere. Shirts, they're putting the kids' clothes. I said, so y'all fake fans. Okay, I see how it is. Being from Alabama, we don't get down like that. Hey, whether we getting whooped, beat, whatever, we gonna be repping. If we got Saban, or we got Mike Shula, we gonna be wearing our shirts and representing our team. So, I'm feeling good about the playoffs.
Okay. All right. Not Horace. Bo, let me know what you think, bro.
Well, looking just going across the board, looking at that Penn State Boise game, that game is tailor made for Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a team that pretty much they're primarily a run first, run second, run third team. Penn State's going to be far better on the lines of scrimmage. What you saw last week against SMU, and SMU is probably more athletic than Boise. I think even though they're on a neutral field, you're going to have good turf, good weather. I think Penn State rolls. Texas, Arizona State, there might be some fireworks there, especially early. Kenny Dillingham's done a really good job. He's a really good offensive coach, and I think early you might see some fireworks, and Texas make some adjustments with their far superior talent. Ohio State, Oregon, that may be your de facto national championship game right there. I mean, those are two teams. They played an epic game out in Eugene. I like the Buckeyes to come back and take that. And I like a lot of scoring in that game. I think they scored 63 points in the first one. Total came out at 54-55. So neutral field, fast turf, ought to be a lot of scoring. And then Georgia playing in the Superdome on that fast track against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's inside linebacker is out. Everybody's talking about the quarterback being out for Georgia. The inside linebacker being out for Notre Dame is probably equally as big, if maybe not bigger. I mean, he's their best defensive player, and he's not going to play. You're going to see a lot of running in that game. And you saw the way that Georgia responded in the SEC championship. They had 54 yards of offense at halftime and 3 points, and they came out and, scored in the second half and moved the ball and, came back and won the game against Texas. So I think it's kind of much ado about nothing. Georgia's going to run the ball with ETN, play rock solid defense. That game is a culture game. Georgia knows how to coach in those games. They know how to play in those games. They know how to win those games. Georgia over Notre Dame.
Okay. All right. Georgia over Notre Dame. Always Ignorant disagrees. He feels like Notre Dame for the upset.
Well, they could. I mean, and that's the thing. Kind of Georgia's a little bit of an unknown with the quarterback, but I'm putting my money on Kirby. I'm putting my money on that defense. I'm putting my money on that culture. The one wild card there is the quarterback, Riley. Oh gosh, I forgot his last name. The quarterback at Notre Dame. That's that old man syndrome kicking in. But
don't look at me for help.
Yeah, he's he's a phenomenal athlete from down my neck of the woods. We talked about him last time on the show from Fairhope, Alabama. If he can create and make plays, I mean, he could give that Georgia defense a lot of problems.
Okay. All right. Soup.
Man, I'm kind of a mix, but I feel like I agree with Coach Bo. I think Penn State over Boise. Don't get me wrong. I know everybody's enamored with A'Shawn Jeanty, and he had a fantastic season. But I just think that Penn State defense is built to slow them down. And I think all the points that he made about the SMU game, right? Like this is just going to translate. So I think Penn State physically is just going to dominate Boise State, and ultimately those guys are just going to get tired. I think Texas, Arizona, man, I think Texas is just going to run them out the building. That is a super, super fast team. And the crazy part about it is you pray to God that you could keep Quinn Ewers on the field because Arch Manning is something special. I think the program is going to be more dangerous when the team belongs to him. So that's not something that you want to see them come in to do. And then, Ohio State and Oregon, there's nothing more than I would love to see than Ohio State lose and lose badly. And anybody that knows me knows that I hate Ohio State down to like the pit of my soul. I can't stand them. But I did tune into a show a few weeks back and say that they did look like, to me, one of the best teams in college football in the nation. That hasn't changed. My opinion of them hasn't changed. And yes, I know Oregon is the team to beat, and they have beat them, earlier in the season. But it really, for me, this game comes down to coaching for me. Is Ryan Day going to let Ohio State do what they do well, which is put the ball in the air? Or is he going to do a repeat of what happened in Michigan and decide he wants to try and get physical on a very fast and agile Oregon team? Like if he just doesn't let Ohio State play their type of game, that game's going to be over by the second half. It'll run away from them. But Notre Dame, Georgia, before I would have taken Georgia by a country mile, just because, no disrespect to Notre Dame, Georgia is just a way more physical team. That's another one it's going to be bumps, it's going to be bruises, but without them going to war with Carson Beck on the center, I think it changes the dynamics of that team. I like the points that Coach Bo made about the coaching. I trust the coaching. I trust the defense. I trust the physicality, right? That's a championship pedigree. This team has been in this situation for the last few years, won it a couple of times, so they know what to do. But it's really different when you got that new person under center, especially at this particular point in the season. I still would take Georgia just to edge out Notre Dame close, but I think it's going to be a way tighter game than what people are anticipating.
The Bull Hollow Point has joined us. What's up, my boy? He's getting set up.
He said he got focused. Get in.
Let it set up. I'll know when he's set up. All right. Enjoy this. But I'm happy to see him here. I think I got everybody. Or it's like you got something to add. You want to add something to it?
No. I like the I like what I'm sorry, what's his name? What Bo said about the Boise State game. I do think they're gonna hold up for a little bit. You know how those little teams get, they get all fired up, and then after a while, the line just start to take control of the game. So I'm definitely agreeing on that. But the Ohio State game, he said something interesting about the coaching. Is Ryan Day ready? Can he do it? This is a lot of pressure. Like Ohio State fans are probably worse than Alabama fans and some other fans as far as like pressure that they put on coaches. This man done lost hardly any games. He's competed for championships just about every year, and they literally talking about getting rid of this man. Ohio State, I think we can all agree, if Ohio State comes to play and they're focused and they're doing what they need to do, they're nobody's gonna beat them. Like that's a $20 million roster, and we seen it last week. Like they look like like they just ran through them. I'm like, man, like where these guys? Where have they been all year? That was crazy.
Right. They came out. They were super aggressive from the first play of the game,
bro.
I mean, they were going for the jugular early, and it seemed like when they were playing against Michigan, excuse me, it was just kind of like they were playing not to make a mistake and to not lose the game. And they came out against Tennessee and they just said, we're going to be the hammer. They're going to be the nail. And that's going to be all it is to it.
Well, I think the biggest difference, like I said, that's let Ohio State play what they play well, which is putting the ball in the air, right? Like they are hard to beat when that ball is flying through the sky. When they're spreading wide receivers out, those boys know how to get good separation. They got great hands. The quarterback is halfway decent, right? But when you decide, we want to make a statement against our biggest rival, and we want to try to out physical a team whose whole brand from the beginning of time has been being the most physical team on the field, you're going to get that result. Like, stop trying to play to your opponent and just play the game that you know how to play best. And by the way, it's going to be best suited for this opponent because Oregon is just as fast as you are, if not faster.
Right. And I also give an edge to Ohio State with their defense in this game. I mean, you look at some of the games that Oregon's been in. I mean, they gave up, I think it was 170 to Genty. Of course, that was early in the season. Mm-hmm. Penn State had their best offensive game of the season against Oregon in that Big Ten championship. So that makes me a little concerned, and the game's not in Autzen. But, ultimately, down to it, I tend to prefer the teams that have the best quarterback. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to put my money. Even though I did take Ohio State in this game, because I think there is a significant revenge factor. Ohio State better come out aggressive trying to score, because Gabriel's going to put the ball up. He's super accurate. That guy has won. And see, I think a lot of people overlook this with Gabriel. He won at Central Florida. He won at Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma won 10 games last year. He leaves. They go 6-6 and go to the whatever bowl and lose to Navy today. So they did. I mean, it was pretty impressive what Navy did. But he goes to Oregon and they're in the playoff. They win the conference championship. The guy knows how to get it done. Don't underestimate that. But when it comes down to it, talent for talent, player for player, I like Ohio State in this game, but going to be points. There's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a close one.
Do y'all think if Penn State loses, they fire Franklin?
No.
He has a reputation for not winning the big games. Hey, no, because he's consistent.
Yeah. It can get a lot worse.
Hey, real quick. Let me bring in my boy, man. Let me bring in proper, man. My A1 from day one. My dog from the 4th grade. Hollow Points in the building. What's up, my dude?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you're having happy holidays and Merry Christmas. What's going on?
Hey, it's about time you showed up.
Yeah, hey, shut up. Shut your faces, all of you.
He couldn't find that shirt. He couldn't find that.
Get it when you can, Hollywood.
Look, it's crispy too.
Oh my God.
It looked good on me. I know it.
Then you made me do the socials, man.
Don't worry.
Man.
Can't stand
we had some family commitments that went over time, so my apologies for being here when I got here. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I got here at the right time because we're talking about the college football playoffs. And
obviously,
I got some. I'm going to jump right into the Ohio State Oregon game. I want to say Ohio State played the best game I've ever seen them play against Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They've seen the best. They were tough on both sides of the ball. They were physical, and they basically took Tennessee's best weapon and literally put him on the sideline. And I've never seen an Ohio State team led by Ryan Day do that. I've never seen them take out a team's best weapon and make him almost irrelevant. They literally erased him out of the game. Now, I will say this. It was easy to do it in front of your home crowd, right? Like it's easy when everybody's cheering for you. But can they take that on the road? I don't know. I think Oregon's been tough all year. I think they've been consistent all year. And as fast as they are physical as well. And I don't think they get enough credit for being physical on both sides. I'm going to say both sides, on the offensive side. That line of scrimmage, their offensive line is legit. And I will give them that. So when it comes to that game, it'll be one of the best games we watch for out of these 4. But I got Oregon winning. I think it'll be a tight game for sure, but I also don't believe that it's going to be if Ohio State lose, Ryan Day should lose his job. Like it sucks to be in a predicament where you have to beating Michigan is the standard, right? I think it's kind of like Auburn, Alabama almost. If you can't beat your rival, what good are you to my program? That's basically what they're doing. It's retarded. It's basically it's backwards thinking. Ryan Day has had a great record ever since he's been there. Like I think Horace said, they've been in contention almost every year he's been there. They just haven't. They've had the unfortunate they've been unfortunate past 4 years against Michigan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what? And then my question is, and it's the same thing with Penn State. When you fire him, where do you go from there?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's not a better coach you're going to get that's out there right now that you're just going to jump in and all of a sudden you're going to be a contender again. Anybody you get after this guy, you're rebuilding, you're starting over. And that's the same thing with Penn State. And as much as I like Penn State and I have ties to Penn State, I think Boise might be there for the upset on this one. I think the game's going to be a little bit too big for him. I think, and we all know how Coach Franklin is when the lights get bright. So when they're away from home and the lights get a little bright, he kind of withers a little bit. So I hope it's not the case, but I think Genty is going to be a little too much for him. I don't see them stopping him at all. And that's going to lead to a lot of the loading the box, play action stuff on top. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff is going to open up because they can't stop the run game. So I just see it. I'm calling it. I don't know if that's an upset. I guess it is, right?
Yeah.
But
no,
on paper,
technically there's 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I don't know if y'all got all the other games out of the way too. But
yeah, we did.
Okay, I think watch out for Notre Dame, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
No backup quarterback. I mean, it's terrible. Yeah, and Notre Dame's kind of hitting on all cylinders right now at the right time, especially defensively too. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough sledding. So, and then not only the backup quarterback, but Georgia nowadays, Georgia got some suspect receivers out there. They ain't got. It's not what we're used to watching, and it's not the dominant, pass catchers they got. They drop a lot of balls. They ain't got Brock Bowers there no more. They ain't. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of their star athletes in the wide receiver position like they're used to having. So it's gonna be tough. They're gonna have to gut it out and beat Notre Dame and hope Notre Dame shows up. The real Notre Dame shows up, and not whoever this is that's playing well in the playoffs. I don't know what that's about. But
somebody tell Georgia quarterback to get down. Get down.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you're not a running back, man. He almost
listen and real quick. I just want to make a plea to all of Buckeye Nation. Yeah. Please retain Ryan Day for the next decade.
Yeah, get him, Sue.
Please and thank you.
We like him over here.
Yeah, sincerely us folks in Ann Arbor.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
And as far as the Arizona State game, I don't see it being that close. Arizona State can't really stop the run, and Texas likes to run, so I don't see that being a really competitive game. I mean, Arizona State can run the ball too, but I think they're going to be too far behind to where they can run the ball, and Texas is going to get a couple turnovers, and they'll put that. I think they'll put that to sleep really quickly. I could be wrong, but I don't think I will be. I think Notre Dame, Georgia is going to be a good game. Oregon, Ohio State is going to be good, and Penn State, Boise State is going to be a surprise as well. So,
I think Ohio State, Oregon is going to be the best game.
Yeah, I do. I believe that as well.
I think. Boise State. I'm taking Penn State in that one. I just don't believe in Boise State like that.
No, yeah. You know
what I'm saying?
See, like you, that's how I don't believe in Penn State. So it's the same thing.
I get you. I've
seen them too many times in big games, and they've shat the bed every time. So
got a little Kyle Shanahan to them.
Texas is about to mouth the Arizona State.
Exactly.
Texas is about to mouth the
49ers.
This is gonna be a damn shame what they did to Texas in Atlanta.
Yeah. What
Texas gonna do to them? But
whatever. Somebody got to pay.
Somebody got to pay. You're right. You're right about that. Somebody got to pay. But like I said before, this is our year in review show. But before we do that, because this is our year in review, I want to do a little game. Let's do a little game. We're gonna call it Guess the Year. Bo, it's kind of like last week. You remember last week's game, right, Bo?
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give you. Well, last week I think I gave you 3 athletes, and you guys had to tell me what year they won the MVP. So 3 MVPs of different leagues. And so now I'm gonna give you 4 of the major sports. Who won the NHL, Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL? Who won the respective championship that year? You got to tell me the year. Okay. All right. Here's the first one. Okay. There's the first one. New Jersey Devils, Florida Marlins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, San Antonio Spurs. What year did all 3 of these teams win the league championship?
You just want us to say it?
I'll call you. I'll give you. I'll give you a couple minutes. I'll give you a couple seconds.
I'm ready.
You ready? You locked in?
I'm locked in.
Locked in. Everybody locked in? All right. Hollow Point.
Damn, what say you, call me first. 97.
97. Hollow Point says 1997. Bo.
98.
Damn it. 1998. Bo says 1998. I think he just prices right to you.
He did. He did.
Sue.
Yeah, I'm with Bo. I'm 98.
98. Bo says 98. Horace.
I'm gonna go 2004.
2004. So it said 98, 97 for Hollow Point, 98, and 2004. Ani's playing along on Facebook. She said 2003. The correct answer is 2003.
Oh,
there we go.
Good job, Ani.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice.
She
definitely Googled it for sure.
She Googled it.
That's my girl, though.
Google.
I knew it was 4 or 3 because I was in college. I remember. I was in college. I remember.
Horace, you were the closest. 100% the closest.
When was the first year that the Marlins won it? With like Renteria?
97.
That's what I was thinking about.
Well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this is a dead giveaway. 98. We know who won the NBA championships in 98, so that automatically disqualified that. I feel dumb now.
You didn't have to mention that, dude. Now I feel really dumb. Thank you.
Oh, 97 and 98. Wow,
yeah, bro. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, next one.
Damn it.
I was thinking baseball, and I was thinking.
Yeah, I was
either 97 or 98.
Give me.
We got the Kings. We got the New York Giants. We got the Miami Heat. We got the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, this was.
Are we saying is it when you say the year that they won? You talking about the year that the championship was actually played, or the year that the season started?
That's when we actually played. Yeah.
Like
okay.
03, 04, kind of like that. Whatever.
Okay.
All right. We'll start off. So, what you got?
Give me 2008.
2008. Super 2008. Let's go. I get back. I'm sorry. I did the wrong thing. Let's go. Let's go, Bo.
2012.
2012. Horace.
13.
2013. Hollow Point.
It was before that. When did Eli? Eli won it. Sorry, I had it, and then I second guessed myself. Let's go to first Miami champion. Let's go. I think 06. 06.
06?
Yeah.
Okay. The correct answer is 2012. Nice. There you go, Bo. Good job, Bo.
Nice job.
Damn it.
Nice job.
2012.
I keep,
a great year.
That was LeBron.
Yeah, it was LeBron's first one.
Mm-hmm. I also remember, I think the Giants had a streak where they won it. I think they won it in 12, 14, and 16. Or either it was 10, 12.
Oh, yeah, the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, they won it every
other year.
And for for over a 6-year period. Yeah, crazy. That was when Madison Bumgarner was just absolutely lights out. Yeah,
he was a beast.
That guy was unhittable.
Tim Lincecum, man. You got to shout out that guy. Yeah. Got to shout that guy. All right, last one.
I really know.
Calgary Flames, San Francisco 49ers, Detroit Pistons.
I'm ready.
And the Oakland
I'm locked and loaded on this one.
This seems like a setup, but I'm going in.
All right. Hollow Point.
I don't want to start. All right.
Guess who started?
That's 2002. Shiza. 04.
04. All right. Bo.
1989.
Yeah.
1989.
I knew that wasn't right. God damn.
1989.
The earthquake series.
Yeah.
Horace.
89.
He didn't
know. He didn't know.
I would have taken the team. What would have taken it?
Yo, be honest. Did you? Come on, bro.
You think you
Did you know?
Think Super Bowl in San Francisco.
Okay.
And it ain't nowhere, no 2000, nothing.
I'll just guess, man. I wasn't really ready.
It was 2000.
Hey, 2004, Detroit did win the championship. Give me that.
2006,
it wasn't the same time.
Where my man Soup at?
That joke.
That was hiding backstage.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not even gonna front like I know. I'll just give me, I don't know, 94 sounds good because it can't be anything after 95 thanks to the 49ers being up there.
Right. Dude, right when right when you say it and you look at it, you're like, oh, they couldn't have been.
That's all right. We forgot Jordan won in 98, so
I got so
and the correct answer is 1989.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, look, that don't. I wouldn't know nothing about it, man. That's when I was manufactured, so I was just coming off the assembly line.
No, the internet is free, bud. That's not.
That was when Jose Canseco was.
And why would I Google 49er championship.
That's true.
They don't even sell them things on DVD. Forget
They
Blu-ray.
don't. They're right. They're right next to the Cowboys ones at Blockbuster.
Yeah,
Right
man.
next to
You might be able to catch them bad boys on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
On Betamax.
You got the Betamax.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's like that. My fault, man. I didn't even keep kicking you out.
No,
man.
you
I'm
good,
trying to
you
get
good.
used to this stuff.
Cowboys called a stray.
they
I was caught astray. All right. Let's get into it, man. Like I said, it's the year in review episode. Clearly, there's a lot of stuff to review. If you've seen one of these before, you know we start at the beginning of the year. We talk about all the news that happened throughout the year chronologically.
Mhm.
All right. I opened up a dictionary this morning.
Oof.
All right. First one. I'm pretty sure Ani and Sue, you remember this very well.
You know I do.
Yeah.
January 8th, 2024, Jim Harbaugh leads Michigan Wolverines to a 2024 college football championship.
He relives it every day.
Take me through it, man. As a Michigan fan, where were you?
Listen, I was indoctrinated into being a Michigan fan by my father and my grandfather, and so not having seen them hoist a national championship, like the last time they did it, it was still the BCS.
Mhm.
Right.
So to see them get on the stage and for that season, for it to be as clean as it was in terms of record, and we beat Ohio State, which to me, I don't get me wrong, I know there's probably plenty college football fans out there that would just love to hold a national championship trophy, but for me, I don't want it if we didn't beat Ohio State. I needed to beat Ohio State, and I needed the trophy. We got them both. I don't care nothing about the cheating. I don't care nothing about the cheating allegations. The thing is, Harbaugh just sucks. He got caught. I guess he got caught. But plenty of y'all was cheating, and y'all still lost. So what's the problem?
Hey man, you can tell that's a wound that's still open. Then nobody.
I know, right? you okay?
Oh no, because I've been hearing it all year. I've been hearing it all year that we cheated. I've definitely been hearing it from my Ohio State people that we cheated. But what happened now?
Mm-hmm.
What we always say on the show, like, look, point to the dog where he hurt you, man.
Hey, any special just let us know, bro. Let us know. We do know, like 8 days later, Jim Harbaugh is named the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Turned traitor.
He
turned traitor. Cleaned out the house. Took everything with him, man.
He rolled out.
Only left us a crumb.
He had to. He was about to get it way down on his face.
Real bad.
Okay, that's fine. You get out. You had to take my trainers and all the stuff.
Right,
and everything too. Lord.
He took everything.
He took the towels out the locker room. Everything.
He took the ashtrays.
He would have took the M. He would have took the M if they let him. He would have took the whole M off the hill.
Yeah, man.
I'm taking this
out of there, bro. I need this.
I'm 100%. He took the towels.
Yeah.
He took the robes. He took the slippers they give you.
He would have changed the Chargers to Michigan colors.
Lord,
I'm telling you,
bro. We're gonna back it up a little bit. 6 days before this, Horace and Bo, man. I think I know. I remember Horace's reaction. Bo, let me get your reaction to this. Nick Saban retired January 10th, 2024. Nick Saban.
Well, let's go back to that to the semifinal game. Yes, I was very disappointed they lost, but for Alabama to get there and then beat Georgia and win the SEC championship and for them to get there after the mess I saw against South Florida, I was like, man, what a job they did to get there.
Yeah.
But when I saw that he retired,
whoa. No, go ahead, Bo.
When I saw he retired, I was not surprised at all. I had prepared myself after the 2020 season when Alabama won that last championship. I said I expected him to leave after 2020.
Oh wow!
But then
on top,
Yeah, then he stayed, and then I was like, well, okay. And then he signed like a 2-year extension. I was like, well, okay. And then when he finally left, it was the NIL and all this transfer that really broke him. And you're seeing, I think you're seeing that more and more. These coaches are just, I don't even know how they maintain, because I mean, literally you have like what 3 or 4 free agency periods a year, and I mean it just can't maintain. But obviously, as an Alabama fan, I was sad to see Nick go, because I grew up in the '80s watching Alabama, where we were good, not great, and then I lived through the Mike's era, Shula, DeBose, and Price, where it was a joke, and then to have 15 years of just excellence was great.
Yeah.
And my whole take on it is the man can do whatever he wants to do when he wants to do it.
Absolutely.
Because he's earned that right. And whenever he steps out, he steps out,
Absolutely, man. Hey, fast forward, they in July of 2024, Alabama announced they were going to rename the field, but September 7, 2024, University of Alabama officially renamed stadium Nick Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Yeah,
class act.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. And even then, like I tell Hollow Point, and he knows this about me a lot. If they're a rival of mine, while you're in that uniform or while you're playing, whatever, I'm saying, I'm gonna give you shit. But you got to acknowledge greatness. And Nick Saban, his career was phenomenal. Even though I got the worst end of the stick, what I'm saying, being an Auburn fan and whatnot. A lot of the smack talk and everything, which is warranted, because I remember those Mike Shula days too, where we was able to talk so much shit.
When we lost 6 Iron Bowls in a row,
6 in a row.
I was like, there is nothing we could do bad enough to them to have to live through this.
When Alabama said they was going to hire Nick Saban, I was like, fuck.
You know what? I used to be so petty, and that would be my ending. Y'all ain't never beat us 6 times in a row. That's what I was. So I miss Mike Shula more than anybody.
And it should have been a stadium. It should have been a stadium.
Yeah.
Should have named the stadium after him. I know he humble and he don't want Brian. Denny Chimes it's Denny Chimes right up the street, right up the street. Yeah. They already got a whole thing. They can take that name off. I know he don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But they should have. Nick Saban has forever changed college football and the University of Alabama forever. And the field is cool, but it should have been a stadium.
I didn't realize he was going to be this cool of a like an analyst when they put him on game day. I thought he was going to be stick in the mud, but he was, I think he's
very going to kill Pat McAfee early.
Well, when Pat McAfee shoved that big tomahawk ribeye in his face and he just took a big old hunk bite out of it, like this is going to get good.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like guys like him and Bill Belichick. You're thinking like, oh, I don't know what this is gonna be like. Yeah. And it's like, oh shit.
But you get to see the other side of him.
Yeah, it's good TV, man. So I respect him as a coach, and I'm able to watch him during his broadcasting. So which is big, because I don't watch a lot of those shows because I can't really stand a lot of what people are saying. But him, I can. And you could tell he most of his stuff is like he's up front. He tells you how it is and all that stuff. But you could tell he still loves Alabama, which is fine, and nothing wrong with that.
I'd love him if they paid me like that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like I get it. I'm not even like mad at it. And he's just good to watch, man. Especially he'll tell you all them stories, man. It's just like, okay, that's cool. But I know, and the one story he was like, I want to say it was an interview, and they said that the guy, the third string DB came in wanting more NIL money, and he said right then he knew it was time to go. Yeah. Like, dog, you the third string cornerback. What are you talking about? You gonna transfer? Bye. Like, we got five stars on in your spot right now. Like, you can go, brother.
Right. Moving into February, man, we were saddened by the loss of Carl Weathers, aka Carl Creed, passed away, man.
Drago.
I think few people know he played 1 year in the NFL and a couple years for the Raiders, right? Played for the Raiders, and then he played in the Canadian Football League as well. Before becoming arguably one of the best sports movies character of all time, Apollo Creed.
Without question. And part 5 is my favorite because as a history teacher, I love the fact that, it's not just beating an opponent, you're defeating communism and, all the underlying tones there. Or 4, excuse me. Yeah, 5 was trash. 4, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
we erased 5 out of our memory.
Oh, I know it. Every time I watch that, every time I watch
one
that
when they
movie,
tell me on Tarvis when we erase.
Yeah, every time I watch that movie, I sit there and say, why does he have to die? Knock him out of commission, put him in a coma, don't kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, Apollo, but I understand the whole plot of it. But Apollo was as key to the whole series as Rocky was. So
I will say, I will go on a limb and tell you he was the most important part of the whole Rocky series.
Oh,
every movie was about
perfect.
him.
Yeah, he was the perfect antagonist. Perfect.
Each movie was about him. So
hey, don't forget about Chubb Peters.
Chubbs.
Yeah, Chubbs.
Peterson.
Chubbs, man.
Gotta get Chubbs, Bob.
Love, man.
Happy Gilmore.
That hand was just wore out.
This is done.
Continuing on, February 11th, light skinned Jesus and the Kansas City Chiefs did it again.
Light skinned Jesus, man.
They did it again.
Hey, listen, I know people were sick of this, but he did me a solid. I don't never want to see the 49ers hoist another championship in my lifetime, in my kids' lifetime, in my grandkids' lifetime. None of it. So he's all right in my book.
I almost forgot about your Rams affiliation, man. I apologize.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
It all goes back to what I was saying about Georgia culture. Those guys in Kansas City, they just know how to win. They know how to manage the game. They know how to call the plays, run the football. They manage that 4-minute offense as well as anybody. And they always seem to have the ball at the end of the half and the end of the game. Mm-hmm. And don't think that's an accident. I mean,
they're for the Patriots. Like they do. Yes. They read the Patriots formula and they're like, let's do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you don't got them up, if you're not up on them by 2 scores or more, and it's the fourth quarter,
you can forget it.
It's a loss.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan and James Franklin both went to the same school of coaching for primetime football.
Yeah. Like they one of the most dangerous teams in NFL history, and the reason why I say that is because they're winning with defense and running the ball and playing clock management. If they need to pop off. They got the ultimate weapon. Yep. I'm talking about they got that guy. He can make all the throws. He'll run. He look like the best running back in the NFL when he starts cooking it.
He does.
And they haven't even needed that. We all get caught up in Lamar because he's having an excellent year, and Josh Allen, he's having an excellent year, and deservedly so. But either one of them are better than Mahomes.
I agree. And then you look at the fact that Kansas City is now finally getting healthy on offense.
Yep.
And they're starting to show you.
They're revving up. They're revving
Brown up. Back, Xavier Worthy. I mean, they're
and
scared.
you could tell Worthy is getting comfortable. They're starting to call more and more plays going his way. A lot of the reverses, a lot of jet sweeps.
Absolutely, that guy's just so fast.
A lot of quick screens where he can just get the ball in space because he's so fast. And then and then Kelsey's starting to get better with, improving, getting back to his old ways. Finding those holes in the zone. Catching yards after contact. Yeah, it's looking.
He studied all the Gronk tape. Hey,
he did.
We're gonna be MIA for the season, but when it comes time for the playoffs, we be ready.
There you go. Exactly. March 2nd. Himothy, LeBron Himothy James.
You'll never get me to say that. You'll never get me to say that.
Becomes the first NBA player to score 40,000 career points. Now you got to give him that. You got to give. You know what I'm saying? You got
no choice.
You got to give him kudos for that.
I give him. I definitely give him kudos. It's to pretend like that's not something amazing. Like it's just hating at its finest. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it. But really, I think more impressive than the 40,000 points, and I mean this with all sincerity. Like more impressive than that is his durability to last this long, to be able to perform at a high enough level to still be scoring at the rate that he's been scoring. That's what's most impressive to me. Not necessarily how many points, but just like the fact that he's still. I mean, you look at he's definitely older now. But whenever he's on the court, man, you can't tell me he's not at least top 3 minimum talent on the court. And he's probably not 3. He's probably not going to be 3. So it's, as much as I'll never be a fan of his work, I can't do nothing but really just appreciate what he has given the game.
So saying that, do you guys think this record will be broken?
No, because you're going to have to play for 3 decades.
You not only do you have to play that long, you have to be on top for a long time. And as much as we think this is he's making it look easy, he's an outlier. Right. He is against the grain. Father Time is undefeated. It just hadn't gotten to him just yet. I think he's outlasted what anybody ever thought he was going to be. Well, they thought he was going to be great. They didn't think he was going to be better than that. And I think he is. As much, hate him or not. And another thing is, out of all these years, no off the court business, no scandals, none of that. It's everything on the court. He's always at his best. And he may have one off night, maybe 2, but he always is at the top of the top. And hate him or love him, you got to respect that.
Man's about to qualify for AARP.
That's what I'm saying. He literally getting senior discounts from Denny's and playing NBA. That's why.
And also one of the point to that too is the way that all these players do all this load management stuff now. I honestly don't think the way that just sports in general are now. I don't know that anybody would even want to care to have to play that many minutes. So in other words, I can play less and maybe try to win some more championships. I'm still going to get paid. I'm still going to get paid the same. So why should I put myself through that? It's like when Cal Ripken broke the consecutive game streak. Nobody's ever going to do that because nobody gives a crap. No, nobody cares to play 5,000 consecutive games. And
no, my money spends the same.
That's not how the game is now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ask Soto how many games he's going to talk about playing. Man, did you see my check? Man,
I be doing the same thing, brother.
I'm going to physical therapy. I'm good.
Hey, when the less I play, the more I make per at bat.
Yeah.
All right. So we can go from one all-star. One all-time score record to another one. Caitlin Clark on April 3rd, 2024, breaks the NCAA all-time scoring record, surpassing Pistol Pete. You guys think about that?
Well, the one thing I'll say about Pete is he did it without a 3-point line, but that's still impressive.
Yeah,
that's still incredibly impressive. No matter if it's a female or male sports, to score that many points to be that accurate, man.
Yeah.
She was very impressive to watch and individually. Unfortunately, none of her stats lead to team victories or team success, but she is definitely a
championship.
I know.
Yeah, championship. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the win.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Win.
But you don't.
That's what I meant.
At like Iowa when winning games.
No, championships is what I.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I like watching her. She's got handle, and that shot is ridiculous. It's on another level for sure. And that's a feat to have, especially for college. So much respect to her for this.
Yeah. What do you think about her impact on women's basketball?
Phenomenal.
In the WNBA.
I think it's somewhat, for me personally, I think it's when you threw the WNBA and that's different. Like for her impact on the WNBA is gonna be immense. It's gonna be unmeasurable. Like she is, people can feel how they want to feel about her, but she is a baller. She's tough. She's interesting. She's very interesting. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I watched more college girl basketball last year than I had watched in the previous 40 years on this earth before she started playing. Now, I watched it from here and there, but when she started playing, I'm like, man, who is these people talking about? Like, what is going on here? And same with the WNBA. I watched more WNBA than I had in previous years. So her impact on where she is, because I ain't watched no girl basketball, college basketball this year. So her impact is where she is. I do believe that. I don't think it's going to be like this global thing. Her impact is where she is.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely increased the audience for women's sports in general, particularly women's basketball at the collegiate and the professional level, right? And I think we saw immediately how much the WNBA started to change and started to add a lot of those fringe benefits that NBA players have had for years, like things like jets and stuff like that. Stuff that we kind of, that you just kind of took for granted. Like, hey, you're a professional athlete. Like, this is kind of baked into the package of being a professional athlete.
Right.
They didn't get that. So I think what she's done to increase the exposure, because I was saying it all this year, is like, are we really talking about girls basketball? Yeah. Like, really? Like, I would be sitting there chopping it up with the fellas, and they're like, bro, did you catch the NBA? You see the Fever last night? I'm like, the Fever?
It's crazy. I get it. It's crazy that we talk about it. But you know what? We spoke on it a lot, especially while it was happening. Sitting back on it, man, it's obviously one of the most successful seasons the WNBA has had. And then I look at the talent that's coming behind too, man. I was able to go to check out Juju Watkins play, and then when the game I went to, she dropped 40. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it's so much talent behind Caitlin Clark that I'm excited about. But not only Caitlin Clark, saying there was your Angel Reeses and then your Cardozas and everybody else like that. Audrey Wilson. What she did, she brought a spotlight. She brought, I guess, more people. Whatever reason,
more money. More sponsors.
Whatever reasons they had to come back and check her out or check out the product. It is increasing the WNBA.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I happen to see a guy, like, I was watching like a video, and the dude was rocking a WNBA jersey, like walking around. You know what I'm saying? Caught somebody in the background of a Facebook video or whatever, rocking a WNBA jersey. So like, hopefully, I'm probably gonna get one myself. Maybe it's gonna be the Sparks. I'm not sure yet.
I said it's funny. Someone mentioned, I want to say Soup mentioned she's not global yet. I was about to say she's one Gatorade commercial from being global.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like she's one Mike song away from being being global.
The thing that I was going to say about her, that I'm sure there's people that's going to disagree with me, but the analogy that I draw is, in the NBA, right, you had Larry and you had Magic, and everybody was tuning in to watch Larry and Magic. But when Mike entered the game, he expanded the brand so exponentially that basketball, the NBA in particular, became a global sport. Yeah. She has the potential to have that impact on the WNBA. And I think there's a lot of conversation around her and why she's being built up the way she is and whatever. Like, wherever you land on that argument, you have to understand she's good for the sport, not just for the girls that are coming after her, but for all the women that came before her, because now they're getting their proper flowers. They're getting their proper credit. Like, the vets of this league are actually getting proper appreciation in a meaningful way. Before, it was basically a sorority, and I get mad at me if you want, but it was basically a sorority, and y'all were handing out awards to yourselves, and the rest of the world didn't care. Now you have eyeballs of the nation on you for this. Like, if she continues to live up to her potential and gets better and starts to win, like, she's a name that people are plugged in looking for. Well, you got people that are sitting there looking at the NCAA, with the women's coming out, looking forward to the next WNBA season.
I agree. I think she's done a great job of expanding the viewership. Hell, she even got them to move the game to an arena, an NBA arena, because they couldn't hold the rest. Who was trying to buy tickets? She sold out a whole arena. Especially coming to DC. Oh man, they had to get that venue changed real quick, man. So yeah, shout out to her.
Oh yeah, they she did really well. She did great at Iowa. As Hollow Point alluded to, they came up short.
But let's talk about the championship.
Let's talk about the winners. The South Carolina Gamecocks. Ladies Gamecocks. Is it Ladies Gamecocks? Is that what you guys, how you say it?
Lady Gamecocks.
Lady Gamecocks.
Emphasis on the game.
Jesus. Best team all season, undefeated. Took out Caitlin Clark and Iowa in the championship game, and cemented their legacy. Yeah, what you guys think about South Carolina?
I think that was one of the most loaded teams and girls, female. I don't even know how you say it now. I can't say it. Women's college basketball history. Like that team is. I'm talking about loaded. Like they freshmen, like that was coming off the bench was like busting other teams' ass. Like like on their worst day, they'll beat you by 30.
They were steamrolling. They steamrolled the whole way, man.
Bro, they just too deep. So, but that's that's a shout out to the coaching, Don Staley, because to be able to control all those egos, all those girl McDonald All-Americans on the team, and get them to show up night in and night out, because she's having somewhat problems this year. She's not having the same success, but they probably gonna win the championship. But to be able to keep those girls focused and win those championships, that's a shout out to her for that. But yeah, they are like loaded team.
Quietly, the next night, it says 2024. Okay, whatever. UConn, the guys win the back-to-back national championships. That was very quiet back-to-back win.
That was probably
plugged in.
That UConn team. That's probably one of the most dominant teams we've probably seen in the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah,
I mean they went through that tournament, and I mean I don't think they had a game that finished in single digits.
No, nope.
I mean they just steamrolled everybody, and
they had one of the most experienced teams.
Oh, I know they had all that experience. They were deep. They had the size. They had the guards. I mean, gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. Good luck defending that.
Yeah. It was. They were real good. They had I think Hurley kind of, I don't want to say cracked the code on how to do it year in and year out. He just goes into that portal, man. He go in there, he gets a couple good guys, and he brings up some veterans instead of going after the McDonald's All-Americans. He may have one or two of those.
Yeah, he'll bring in one or two, and then the rest are veterans.
Rest are vets, man. And he go in and he just teach them to play. They play together. Everybody on a string on defense. Ball stays in motion. There's always kinetic energy going through the up and down the court, and they're just nonstop. And when they're on you all game long. And it's real. It's kind of cool to see good basketball, and they play a lot of it. I like the brand that they play.
Yeah, and the other thing is just how they come at you. I mean, they're just there's no let up, and they're not as good as they were last year, but I mean,
but they were.
They're still going to be a factor. They're still going to get in the tournament and win at least a couple. At least they'll probably make it to the second weekend for sure. And
for sure,
again, they have that pedigree of that winner. They know how to win.
We got hit with another loss, unfortunately, a couple days later. OJ Simpson.
The Juice.
We lost the Juice on April 10, 2024. Passed away. Fast forward to the NFL draft, which took place on April 25th, 2024 in Detroit. A couple key picks. Caleb Williams went over 1 overall. Jaden Daniels and Drake May, 1, 2, 3 in the NFL draft. How are they looking so far this year?
2 and 3 look pretty good. 1, not so much.
Right. Wait, hold on. I think he just took another sack. Hold on.
I don't want to say, I don't just want to get up here and just dog Caleb Williams because I'm not there every day. That situation is so diabolical. I don't know that anybody could have. I don't know that anybody could have success. I was not one that was really big on Caleb Williams coming in. I was like, I kind of had my reservations, but me being an outsider, I mean, I'm not with him every day. I don't know what's in his head, right?
Yeah.
But just watching some of the things, some of the mannerisms, some of the body, some of the, I just kind of had a not great feeling. But then you go to a situation like the Bears, and oh my gosh, I mean, the temple's crumbling. As where you look at the other two, especially in Washington. My goodness. I think Washington was ready-made for success.
Yes,
I mean,
they cleared that crap out before he got there, and
they absolutely did. And then you've got an all-world receiver in McLaurin. You've got a great running game with Brian Robinson. You've got a defense that's being rebuilt. You got a head coach that the players really like. A lot of good things in Washington there, and then of course May. He came in. Started later in the season, but they've been far more competitive in the back half of their schedule than in the front half. So,
yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, Jaden Daniels been balling out, and I think he'll probably end up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He should.
He should. However, Brock Bowers been on an absolute tear, and he's had wadded up tissue paper thrown at him. Okay, like it's like dude is a dog.
I got you.
May, like I said, I think he's going to be okay. I was really worried about what they were doing out there in New England. New England got to figure out how to get some wide receivers. Like they really have to figure out how to get some weapons around him. But I think he's going to be good. And I'll be honest with you, I think Caleb will be all right as well. But the Bears are very much like the Raiders and the Jets. These are teams that just don't have identities. They don't have identities, and they're dysfunctional from the top all the way down. And you think about how Detroit was for years and years and years. They don't have a coach that really embodies the city, that embodies what Chicago is about, what the history of that team is about. And it's actually really sad to see. And they just keep making poor decisions, and you would swear to God they have one of the worst rosters in the NFL. But you look at that roster, it's like there's talent all over that thing.
They should have been in playoff contention, man. They should have. That organization is toxic, and that's the bottom line.
And it can't just be on Caleb.
Yeah, no, he's the forefront because he's the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like but that whole organization from the top down is super toxic. It's not. And I think there's a lot of people wanting to do different things, and they're not on the same accord, especially when it comes to coaching. You could tell because Caleb's doing the same stuff that he was doing at USC. The only difference is the linemen are faster and everybody's faster and everything gets to go faster. But he hasn't sped up yet. And that's why he's like one of the slowest people to get rid of the ball. Is why he got sacked so many times. Yeah. Because I think he's like 3.4, something crazy like that from snap to release.
Well, he still wants to play. He still wants to play hero ball, and he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't understand that the NFL, you got to
throw people
give you.
Throw them open. You got to throw it away.
Until people are open. You got to throw them open. But Soup, just like you were saying with the Bears, or like you look at Detroit, they got somebody that embodies the whole city and the whole attitude. And when was the last time the Bears had that? Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
Mike Ditka, and that was the last time they won a Super Bowl, and that was the last time they were well, I mean, I know they went one other time, but we kind of knew they weren't going to beat Indianapolis. But I mean that Mike Ditka, that era just embodied what Chicago should be. And until they find that guy, they're still going to be lost.
If Chicago's smart, they'll take a long look at Mike Vrabel.
Absolutely, he's kind of in that same mold.
Yeah, man, I don't like listening to ex-athlete podcasts. Everybody got a podcast now. All these they just be saying a bunch of foolishness. But one thing I do always pay attention to ex-athletes on podcasts is their experience. And I listened to a couple ex-Chicago Bears recently talk about the organization, and I'm talking about dropping S-bombs, crap show. They don't feed you right. They don't treat you right. You gotta fight for your money. They don't do. They say even down to the practice, the owner controls the music. There's no music. It's all quiet at practice. They said there's no surprise that Caleb is struggling. Like, do I think Caleb Williams is gonna be the next Patrick Mahomes? I don't know, but he has all the talent in the world to be able to be a great quarterback, but he won't be a great quarterback at Chicago. Like, unless they just wipe like everything, general manager, head coach, owner out of the way, like everything. They're gonna have to just blow it up. That's that kid's only chance.
Well, all right, sticking with rookies, right? Sticking with rookies, gotta move on. Sticking with rookies, I want to talk about a specific rookie at the Pittsburghs. His debut, Paul Skeens. Throws 17 pitches of 100 miles an hour plus. Crazy.
Boy got that gas.
Yeah, he does.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's all right.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. I think he's good.
He's above average.
I'm going to tell you right now, as someone who is a baseball fan, as someone who coaches baseball and watches baseball and teaches baseball, this guy is the next big thing, period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep, for sure.
How Nolan Ryan was just a flamethrower and just dominant. That's Paul Skeens, but with probably better control.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and more variety of pitches too.
And the thing of it is that when you throw 98, 100, 101, and then you're throwing like a 90-mile-an-hour slider, it's just wiping your kneecaps off. I mean, what are you supposed to do as a hitter? I mean,
fight him. That's it.
Yeah,
throw the bat at him.
You got to square up.
It is unbelievable. Not only the velocity, but his control and the movement.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, those major league hitters, they could hit a bullet if they see it enough.
Yeah.
But to have that kind of movement and that control is phenomenal.
That's crazy.
Yep.
6 days later, somebody should have probably had a better movement. Saying early, especially early that morning. Some of this guy, Scotty Scheffler,
bad day.
Bad day. Arrested early in the morning of the second round of the PGA. Wasn't he like they dismiss it or whatever? They let him go. What happened? Like was it misunderstanding?
They were trying to get him to stop. He wanted to go around.
Like he was trying to go around the stopping point.
He was, and he trying to drive. The police like stop, and he started trying to, trying to go. They like stop, bro, and they tried to. One of them got in his way, and he ended up bumping them. And
it was his. It wasn't, but it was his fault. Like he tried to big boy him.
Well, the crazy thing was they let him go, and then they ended up hauling him back in.
Yeah,
crazy.
That was so funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
Lost a legend on June 12th.
Man,
Jerry West passed away. The logo
man.
Logo passed away. And I'm glad because the very 5 days later, man, Boston Celtics win the NBA title. He'd have been pissed off.
Gross.
PowerPoint.
Man,
Wait, Mike's not in. He's a resident Celtics fan, but
yeah, man, F that dude, man. I think it's what I'll say. I'm putting my objective hat on and taking my fandom off. It's like I don't think they get enough credit for being one of the most dominant playoff runs in like the history of the NBA. I think they may have went 16-3, and nobody said anything because of how they weren't real dominant. Like when you look at them, but by the time you looked at the score. They winning by double digits. They were.
I got a hot take.
Go ahead.
Got a hot take on the Boston Celtics. I think they're boring. I think they're great, but I think they're boring. There's a reason why the NBA ratings are down. It's not them to blame, but they're part of it. It's because it's boring. It's blah. They don't give you anything. There's no nothing. There's they play great basketball. And I'm a Spurs fan, so who am I to say?
Right.
We're born. We were born in our prime, but we had more people watching us than these people. I'll say that because we had star power. So I think they're great, but I think it was boring. That's why people don't talk about them. Like I literally had to sit around and think about who won the championship last year the other day. We were talking.
You're not wrong, man. I think it's the boring. I think the boring you speak of is league wide though, and I think the problem is the style of play.
Yeah.
And it's just if you turn it on, you're going to see the same thing. Chuck up three, chuck up three, chuck up three, chuck up three. About first 7 possessions every game. If I'm hitting them, I'm going to keep shooting them. If I'm missing them, I'm going to get a little closer until I start hitting them. And once I hit, I'm going back out to shoot them again. You know what I mean? So it's just I just
don't like Tatum.
That too.
I just don't like Tatum. That's a guy that wants to be anybody except himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't like him. And if I have to hear about one more conversation between him and Kobe, I'll choke him myself.
I turn that off, man. I don't want to hear. I never want to hear about that.
Seriously,
I never want to hear
with that crap.
Yeah, all of them need to stop that.
Yeah, let that man rest.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
93. That man a little long.
Yeah, man. Willie Mays. Willie Mays, man. One of the greatest center fielders
legend
in the history ever. Man, that was. I watched so many highlights of him. Like my dad, he was my dad's favorite player, and we would watch so many highlights of him playing. And he's like, when I was playing high school ball, my dad, when the games my dad would come to, he would when we get home, he'd always, well, Willie Mays would have did it this way, or Willie Mays would have hit it to right field instead of pulling it to left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I got a double. Yeah,
Willie Mays. But you ain't Willie Mays though.
Willie Mays would have got a triple.
Yeah, Willie Mays would have got a triple.
Yeah, so. And when he
forget one of the best center fielders, he's one of the best baseball players. I mean,
absolutely.
Watch him hit, run the bases, steal bases. Absolutely. Man, that guy could do it all. I mean, he was.
That's why you say he makes it.
He was a 5-tool. He was a 5-tool player, man.
Yeah,
that guy was awesome.
He's my favorite player's favorite player. That's what I'll say. Let you know how good he is. He was one of the best.
Oh yeah.
All right, dedicated the film Birmingham to him today.
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup, first in franchise history.
A Florida team winning hockey sounds funky.
It sounds wrong in so many ways.
It really does. It really
agreed, does. Man.
Yeah, we're living in the multiverse, bro.
I mean, I feel like the governor should ban hockey down there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they do enough dumb rules down there that banning hockey.
Don't give them no ideas.
Yeah.
They make enough dumb legislation on that. I feel like banning hockey should be one of them. Like that it doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, Panthers. All right.
Okay, in June 26, 2024, the world record for the most, I believe, the word "who" being uttered in one building was set at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, when the NBA 2024 NBA draft.
That was amazing,
man.
I didn't know anybody.
No,
we know nobody, bro.
Bro, if this ain't the absolute truth,
who?
I'm sitting there watching my Twitter feed. Schefter is tweeting. Woj is tweeting. I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
I was like, I swore I just watched the tournament. I don't know none of these kids.
I don't know none of these dudes.
Hey, I got lucky as a Spur fan because the dude who we drafted busted Alabama ass in the tournament.
Yeah,
for UConn. So I was very acquainted with his ass. I was like, oh yeah.
So I knew Connect out of Tennessee because I just saw the SEC championship or tournament,
right?
Where he just went off.
Your boy, Bronny.
Oh, Bronny, yeah, second round. Come on,
we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen.
We'll talk about him later. We'll talk about it later. Spain wins the Euro Cup for the fourth time.
Hey,
come on.
Yeah, Spain wins the Euro Cup for the fourth time. And then Uruguay with the greatest of all time, Leonardo Messi.
Messi.
Hey, if you didn't see his ankle, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I believe he broke his ankle in that final. And he was crying. If you like looking at gross things, Google his ankle. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
Happy for Messi, man. Like, he's like these last few years, the twilight of his career. You couldn't have written it better for him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just go sit down somewhere now. I mean, you got enough money. You know
well, he is. That's what playing MLS soccer is for these Premier League players.
That's fair point.
Fair point. He's on vacation.
Fair point.
Man, EA Sports dropped a nuke on us on June 19th, 2024.
It's still giving.
Listen.
Greatest.
This is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's still giving.
I can't wait. This dropped on my birthday this year. So I told the wife, I told the kids, you have no father. You have
clear
no
out my calls. Get out of here. You don't even know me. Get out of here.
Yeah. If you don't ask me what I'm doing, this is what I'm going to be doing for the next month. And I don't want to hear no complaints. I'll take all my meals in the office. I'll take all my meals in the office. You guys are going to be left to fend for yourself. I've been waiting on this. Been waiting on this game. The last time this game was released, Denard Shoelace Robinson of the Michigan Wolverines was on the cover.
Yeah, that's right.
This game is so damn good.
Love it.
Me and my buddy Mike, y'all know Julian Hollow Point, y'all know Mike. Let me tell you, we are on season 16 of our dynasty.
Oh my goodness. Bro, I wish you would have let me know.
Season 16.
Wish you would let me know.
Heisman. we're at the point now where they just pre-print the Heisman Trophy to the Michigan Wolverines because for all 16 seasons, the Michigan Wolverine has won the Heisman, and we will continue to win the Heisman. Mike, you heard it here first. That's what's going on. Listen, Donovan Edwards being on the cover of this game feels wrong in retrospect. I thought he was poised to have a great year, and now that boy A'Shawn Gentry deserves his spot.
Right.
Well, Soup, to be honest with you, I'm still playing the Denard Robinson version, so
nice.
I was too cheap to go buy the new one. So
let me tell you, brother, the recruiting here, I think I have more fun recruiting trying to get the number one class than I do.
That's the way I was on that last one. The recruiting, I could just sit there for hours and thumb through the recruits and try to find that diamond in the rough, that gem that I could sway over my way. But now I started a dynasty with my South Alabama Jaguars.
Yes.
And after we had won 3 natties, we're on because I did a couple other things and I rebooted, and then we won. We didn't win it the first year, but then the second year we won it the next 3. So I'm on what, year 5, I guess.
Took me 6 years to get New Mexico State to qualify and win the championship, but we won the championship 3 years in New Mexico State. Arkansas Red Wolves are now the 7-time NCAA champions.
Well, hey, I did a dynasty with Air Force. That was a lot of fun. I ran the true triple option. I was running the double wing true triple option, and we ran through. Of course, we went undefeated, but we didn't get any recognition. I think we went to a mid-major bowl. So I was like, man, I can't even recruit here. So we're gonna.
As soon as I'm done with this dynasty, I'm putting the Sun Belt Conference on notice. Get ready for the Bishop State Wildcats.
Bishop State. Nice.
Hey, let's go.
Another one of my alma maters.
Get ready.
Yes.
Get ready for the Bishop State Wildcats. It was one night I spent probably at least 2 hours on 5 uniforms for the Bishop State Wildcats.
Kelly green and gold.
Team building. I can't wait to start it.
It's got to be Kelly green and gold. And if it ain't Kelly green and gold, we don't want
Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. Let's see. What's next? The Paris Olympics.
Yes,
sir.
Breakdancing
was a lot of things that happened in that Olympics, right?
Breakdancing, I never would have thought in my lifetime I would have seen breakdancing as a sport. I was so glad to be able to relive my childhood with the parachute pants. And it was great.
Listen,
I loved it. Absolutely.
No one was more excited about breakdancing as I was.
Facts.
Okay? Nobody was more excited. But we had some other things that happened before that, right? Simone Biles.
Yes, sir.
She dominated. The U.S. men's team brought home the gold. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry, Holopo, we talked about it before off air.
Yeah, he was a lightning rod, man. Serbia.
He
tore their ass, man.
He kicked their ass. The U.S. women's national team picked the gold for the first time since 2012.
Yep.
And then this guy,
that guy, you crazy,
became the meme of the world. This dude won a silver. Yusef the king? I don't want to pronounce it.
Hey, don't get me the
silver medal with his hand in his pocket. I was watching it before. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. 100%. Snoop as the ambassador. I think if there was like an MVP of the Olympics, it would be Snoop Dogg.
Yes,
absolutely. It would be 100%.
He was at everything, bro.
Listen, he was at everything. He's probably at this thing. Everybody had like the optical shit, you know what I'm saying, for that, on their goggles or whatever. This dude, reading glasses, hand in the pocket, silver medal.
If Snoop don't do anything, he gonna find a way to get to the bag.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I got so much respect for Snoop after the Olympics. And with this, as far as this dude, I feel like he won a raffle, and they were like, "Hey man, can you shoot?" Like, yeah, I can shoot. I shoot all the time. Yeah, right here. I want you to shoot this. You ain't got a chance to calibrate it now, but you got to shoot it. And we ain't got no eyewear or ear pro. I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Right there. He went to it right there. All right, hold
on. Just give me the weapon.
We got any hard games? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then
go ray gun. There you go.
Oh my God.
You talk about stealing money, boy.
Bo.
Yeah.
I was so excited about breakdancing. I looked up when this shit was gonna start. Okay. it was her, and it was another chick named Logistics. Logistics was the breaker from the United States. Now, before, I had no clue, how they were going to judge it, how they were going to, do the points and stuff like that. And they were just saying the names because, like, when you think Olympics, you know what I'm saying, you think about athletes, you think they use a government. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're like,
oh no, it's all
logistics. Here. I was like, that must be like a category or some shit like that. They're judging them.
Nope.
That's what I'm thinking. That gotta be a category. Then this lady pops up, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is she doing?
She's doing the praying mantis.
Like, there was so much questionable stuff, and I was like, okay.
Can we just appreciate the two judges with the Kangol hats?
Straight up.
Right on.
Like they knew the assignment.
Seems very necessary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
I feel like they got one of those quick PowerPoint classes.
Because there was also, I think, a breaker from Ukraine or whatever. She had do-rag on, and I was like, they were like, why she wearing a do-rag? I was like, okay. Well, I lived in Europe, when I was stationed in Germany, like, they have like this convoluted idea of what American culture is. And then even in hip hop, they only see what they see on TV. So if maybe, you know how like they behind a little bit, maybe I'm thinking Malibu Most Wanted was the biggest movie of the time, in the Ukraine. That's probably why I put the do-rag on. I'm not sure, but this crap here, bro, I couldn't believe it. Ray Gun
single-handedly. They canceled it like immediately. Like the Olympics was
ended.
Over. Like, 2 days later, they was like, that's over.
Bro, they said it before breakdancing was over. I don't even think they handed out their medals.
Yeah, why would you?
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they even handed out the medals for breakdancing before. They was like, yeah, we ain't bringing this shit back.
It won't be back.
And then, as Ani says, Ani pops up. She said, found out she cheated to get there too. That was completely obvious, and that's exactly. Right. And I ain't gonna hold you. That's what I thought. I was like, there's has to be.
There's no way.
There's no way they allowed her to slip through the cracks and say she's a breakdance champion of anything.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? If mine on your resume was a person.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the Australian equivalent of Kroger is. Not even outside in that parking lot is she a breakdance champion. There's no way.
I told her if line on your resume was a person.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. There you go.
If nothing else, I have to applaud her confidence because she went out there and executed like she really knew what she was doing.
Like she meant it. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to watch her face
and walked away like she was like, that was good.
And had the audacity to be upset when she lost. And I said, what did you expect?
Got a lot of confidence.
Is the world being punked right now? That's what I was feeling when I was watching this shit.
Her confidence was on 1,000, brother. She didn't know what nobody was saying.
Wait, she meant to do all of that. That's
on purpose.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Whoever her life coach is, I need that in my life.
For real, man. The level of confidence you gotta have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. September 19, 2024, Shohei Ohtani established the 50-50 club.
Yeah.
Man.
Jesus.
Yep.
Man. Yep. 50 home runs. Even in this game, I think he had like a crazy stat line. It was like 6 for 6, 3 home runs. He had 2 stolen bases in this game.
He's a monster, man. And now, if you've ever had the privilege of seeing him live, he's every bit of a monster as he looks on TV.
Yep.
He's huge. And he's listed as 6'3", 6'4". He's about 6'6". He's like Judge almost. Yeah, he's a big dude. And like the fact that he is a 5'2", I won't say 5'2", he can do all the things. And so as far as on that plate, he's fast, he's a good base runner, he can hit the gaps, he's got power, he can do anything he wants with that ball, no matter who's pitching to him. And then when he messes around and starts back pitching, then we're talking about another conversation. So it's like he's afforded everything that he's got, he's earned. And I like watching him play, even though he plays for the Dodgers. It's all good.
Man, you didn't even highlight his greatest ability.
What's that?
Successfully manipulating a cap number.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Big time.
That's
Dodgers. Inventing more money for the LA Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers paid him like 50 cents this year or something.
Yeah, straight up.
But in 2030, they're going to owe him like $200 million.
Oh yeah, let's.
Hey, tell him Magic will be on the line. Tell him I ain't got it.
Yeah, Bobby Bonilla days about to look real crazy for Shohei Ohtani.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Shohei days. Shohei days is gonna be fucking retarded.
I thought Sue was gonna say his greatest ability was avoiding the feds.
Hey, one time.
Just blame the
Hey,
interpreter.
one time
Just
for the
blame
one
the
time.
interpreter. No problems here.
He's
Nothing to
like,
see.
man,
I need you to take
gamble
this.
here. No
All
gamble.
the interpreter.
No
Check,
gamble.
yo.
Hey,
I
if
need you to
anything, he
take
gave
these
me the
charges.
blueprint, bro. I'm just like, hey, I don't understand
Yeah,
English.
man.
I don't even know.
I don't even speak English. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Y'all wrong for
October
that,
20,
man.
2024, the New York Liberty win the franchise's first in the WNBA championship.
Didn't see
Which is
this
crazy
coming.
because they were one of the first ones in the league, established league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And they won the
irritated
first.
me. Irritated.
I watched every game of that series, and every
Great series,
game
right?
was good. Every game was good.
Shout out to Minnesota, man, because like a lot of people didn't think Minnesota would win it. They just like New York was outright gonna take the whole thing.
Oh yeah, they
Shout out
brought the
Minnesota.
noise. They brought the
Oh, yeah,
noise.
they definitely brought the noise. October 22nd, 2024, LeBron James and Bronny become the first father-son duo to share the court.
It's a cool achievement. Getting to be able to play with your son in that capacity. I know nepotism arguments are all over the place. Guys, this is what nepotism is for.
Yep.
Like, I'm sick and tired of the argument. Like, you get a job at Microsoft and your son want to be a computer engineer and you're the top guy at Microsoft, you damn right. I'm gonna put my son on. My son got a job.
Absolutely.
Okay, now my son got to keep a job. But he got a job. Bronny, him not being able to keep a job on the Lakers, big shocker there. He's not. Bronny's not the hooper. Bronny's not the hooper. His little brother though. His little brother can ball.
He's gonna be a hooper for sure.
He's gonna be a hooper for sure. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The kid fulfilled the dream. He got to play with his father, even if it was only for a brief second. I think the greatest thing that we got out of it was the commercial with LeBron putting the cereal in his car.
That was cool.
I'm gonna correct you a little bit right there, Sue. It's LeBron got to fulfill his dream. I still believe he like.
You ain't so you telling me that Bronny ain't dream of signing a check for $2.something million?
No, I think no, because Bronny had money anyway. Bronny,
no, his dad had money.
About no, okay, he's not keeping the money.
Listen. I don't know how it is in your house, but I tell my son all the time, you ain't got no money.
Sure, but you think LeBron is telling Bronny that?
I would.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I guess my point is, I think LeBron wanted this more so than Bronny wanted this.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why Bronny isn't as good as we think he should be is because he don't need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no matter what happens in this basketball thing, this is almost just a hobby for him.
Yeah.
Like he's just, he's going to be whatever the hell he wants to be, whether it's this or whether he's doing whatever he's doing off besides this, and I think that's part of the reason all those guys that are better than him, they're mad at him because like you're LeBron's son, but not at the same time, like you said, nepotism is real. And like,
it's
like
real
you said,
everywhere.
If my son wants to be something and I have the means to get him that opportunity,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So I don't fault him. But like if we're putting his abilities in a vacuum, no, he does not belong in the NBA. But his dad is one of the greatest, arguably the greatest player in the league.
Well, hollow point, like you're saying about his basketball skill or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, when you average like 3 points a game in college,
right?
I mean, that's
right.
Right.
So it is what it is, man. And this moment in itself, it was awesome.
And here's the thing. I don't hate LeBron for that. I'm not mad at LeBron for that because I do the same, just like we're talking about. I do the same thing for my son now.
Absolutely.
Just like you said, Suit, I got you here. It's up to you. If you get fired, that's on you, brother.
Right.
And like I said, this goes back to what we were talking about when we were talking about him hitting the 40,000. This is just, to me, this was just reinforcing LeBron's longevity. The fact that he could play long enough to raise a child, to get him all the way to the point where he could qualify to be in the NBA. Yeah. Like, we remember seeing Bronny being a
little
baby.
Bronny,
little Bronny. So like to see that, it helps put in perspective how long LeBron has really been doing this. So from one father to another, like I'm happy for LeBron, because I can only imagine the pride he must have felt having his son achieve that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But on another note, this is the reason why the Lakers won't be nothing, because this
watch yourself.
This shows to me that they're not serious about winning. They're serious about being, the most glamorous NBA team.
It's a second round pick. Like it don't mean nothing.
Oh, I agree with you on that now.
Yeah,
but you still have to try. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting Bronny. If he good, he good. He ain't.
I think they know they hit a home run with Connect. And that second, they didn't really care about the second. They knew what was going to happen with that second.
I agree. But can you? So if Bronny just bum out, right?
Yeah.
Can the Lakers cut him?
No. Not while LeBron's on the road.
Not while LeBron's in that jersey.
No, be like,
absolutely not.
We done signed this rad dude.
Wait, hey, you mentioned a home run, man, and this next one featured a lot of those things. Led off by the home run by Freddie Freeman.
Yeah. Oh, that's as a Braves fan, that stung me deeply.
Man, what you say?
Yeah. Y'all all right? Everybody okay?
Okay? Yeah, but the October 30th, 2024, the Los Angeles Dodgers win the World Series, defeating the Yankees, New York Yankees in 5 games.
Hey, I got a suggestion for you, Hooli. Is
what's up?
Now during home Yankee game, we're just going to fast forward the 5th inning. All right, it's gonna go from 4th to 6th. That way you won't even have it. It won't even be on the scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry. That was it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not a Dodgers fan by any stretch of the imagination. I don't love them. I don't hate them. I'm indifferent with them. But the one thing that I absolutely am is a Yankee hater. So the fact that they did me a solid on this one, I feel like how I did with the Kansas City Chiefs over the 49ers. Thank you for doing the dirty work. Somebody has
right.
Soup, it's your last time on the show.
Right. I don't think you knew the rules, Soup. I don't think
I knew the rules. I'm not changing it up for Hooli. He knew what it was. We spoke about this. He knows.
Hey, he just mad the Dodgers out Yankee the Yankees.
Yeah, he did.
They did.
They got the best championship money can buy.
Yeah, they did.
Salary cap literally $1 trillion.
Look, and they bought it on credit too. That's
how much you want? How much you want?
Bro, it wasn't even on credit. They put that thing on layaway.
Them boy got money.
Hey, tell him I ain't got it.
Every free agent linked to the damn
dog. Hey, what's gonna happen when Shohei? What's gonna happen when Shohei show up like Rent-A-Center?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna need that.
Hey, let me get that. Got it. Imagine you got there like, hey man.
He gonna take home plate.
That's when the Dodgers are gonna turn over all that evidence for the gambling.
Yeah.
Bad. Oh, what? You were doing that?
That was good. That was so
Shohei. We can't pay you all that money now.
All right, Cal.
We don't know him.
All right. So I heard you got a jaywalking ticket.
Yeah.
We can't give you that money because
we voiding his contract. Sorry.
Trust me.
Compared to old boy.
Yeah.
All right, into this.
Man, fast forward this.
November 15th, 2024. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fought on Netflix.
Is that what y'all called it? Y'all called
it
a
fight at all? No.
Y'all called that a fight?
January 1st, 2024. I never thought I would have said by the end of the year that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fought on Netflix.
They didn't.
It's crazy.
They
did it.
He swung at Jake Paul.
It's like they wore boxing gloves and circled each other, and some of them threw punches.
They didn't fight. Mike Tyson went and got a check because he needed some money. That's what happened.
Yeah, man.
There were several opportunities during that fight. Several opportunities in that fight. Well, here's the thing. We're talking about
the whole fight itself. The buffering battle. That was a whole fight in itself. That was like, Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul. We fought Netflix because to keep that stream was crazy. You know how many times I backed out of Netflix and rebooted to go back in there?
I just don't believe in giving Jake Paul my money, so I caught it on a crack stream the next day.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man. Meth strings for the win.
How old is Mike Tyson?
I tried
Mike
to let
Tyson
that go.
was what?
58
58 years old.
You
Fighting
fought a
27-year-old Jake Paul. What?
Yeah.
You know what? The funniest thing to me was the conspiracy theories afterwards.
It's not a conspiracy theory. His contract, he stood to
Yeah,
make
just
more
read the
money losing the
contract.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he did an uppercut,
Mike
he
Tyson
lost
couldn't knock
lose
out
money.
him, and he couldn't do this. I'm like,
If he knocked him out, he wasn't gonna get paid. There was a whole bunch of stuff.
he's 58. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
He's 58, but how is it like what a month or two before we seeing him train with all of that speed, but now ain't none of that speed show up in the fight?
Exactly, because he tired, bro.
He tired. Okay.
He's 58.
Hey, guess what? I'd be tired for $20 million too.
You know what 58-year-olds do?
Yeah.
Right after like what 7:30 is Jeopardy's over, they go right to bed. This fight was at 11 o'clock.
It's true.
People like,
He was out there like he ain't had no nap. He didn't have a nap all day. He just,
old ass man.
It's obvious. You saw his ass cheeks out. Like he forgot to put pants on, like some drawers on or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look,
like,
man. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Jake Paul to go ahead and dig up Muhammad Ali.
right.
Next
Oh
one.
man.
Yeah. So
People want him. You know what? People
Good
want
idea.
him to lose so bad. They want him to lose so bad. But I think this is part of his thing is go find like these bullshit fighters and talk shit. You know what I mean? But you got like I
he's
said,
not a
people
fighter.
before,
He's
you
a
gotta
promoter.
look at what it's for, though, right? You know, this is 58-year-old boxer versus virtually a novice fighter. He still don't know what he's doing. He's still like you're not even like a really good fighter. He don't, you know, when the one time he fought an actual fighter, actual boxer with some type of representing Tommy Fury, he lost.
yeah.
So it's like, you know, you gotta think about it that way.
He's a marketer. Like his superpower, his superpower is
marketing.
Is marketing, and that's what it like. At the end of the day, that's what he does. He's a promoter that happens to wear gloves.
If you hate me, I'm gonna be the biggest villain. You know what I mean? Is he gonna call out Canelo? No. Is he gonna call out Benavidez? No. And he's gonna call out any top name in boxing right now that's actively fighting? No.
Those guys will hurt. Those guys will put a hurt on him.
Yeah, they will. Those guys who actually know what they're doing, who have a lot more experience than he is, you know, who actually are on his level, you know, will not surpass his level.
They'll hit him with 2 or 3 good shots, and that'll be a done deal.
So he'll be like, okay, how long? You know, saying, you know what, I'm gonna fight the Undertaker next. You know what I mean? That's the shit he'll do. You know, it's Ric Flair around. You know, what I'm saying that's who he's looking for.
Yep,
that's what he's looking for. So yeah, like people, you know, I think people who got mad behind this whole thing, you should be just mad at yourself because you know the writing was on the wall.
You knew
you had to know. I mean,
you had to know. Like the writing's all on the wall. Look at everything. Take everything away from it. All the hoopla away from it. This is Mike Tyson, 58-year-old Mike Tyson, who's been hit in the head like several times. His last win, I think his last knockout was like in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the last time he knocked somebody out. His fights after that were terrible. His fight before this, all of them. He didn't, you know, what I'm saying he just sat in the corner. He didn't even get off the canvas and sit on the chair. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like they just
and you're talking about that. I mean, the only thing that I think, well, not the only thing, but I guess me growing up, watching a Mike Tyson fight, who was always right there by Mike Tyson's side promoting his fights?
Don King.
Well,
Don King was robbing him too.
Where there are always not shenanigans going on.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So every time I think of Mike Tyson, I just think, man, something weird's going to happen. You're going to bite somebody's ear. I mean, something's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because that's the factor you get. It's not just the sport of it. It's the
sideshow
part. It's the sideshow. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Get the sideshow. Bill Belichick becomes the head coach at North Carolina.
Man, let me tell you, recruiting game going to be very, very strong. If you ain't seen what his girlfriend looked like, and you doubt that this man can recruit young folk, let me tell you, Bill B, he can recruit these young folks.
Yes, he can.
December 12, 2024, New York Mets signed Juan Soto to a historic $750 million deal. $756 million. I'm sorry to disrespect you. Like, what about the $6 million?
If you're going to lose for the rest of your career, you might as well get paid for it.
Boom, there it is. And look, and have your family there, and it's sweet to see it.
Mm-hmm.
His family's sweet.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
He's gonna be
Man.
56 years old, still making damn
Yeah,
80,
man.
80 million a year.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's that.
Well,
That smell like Albert Pujols if I smell it.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
man.
don't worry. As a Braves fan, we have a little saying: they'll find a way to Mets it up.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
They always seem to do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
guess
it's
what?
good.
That smile is going to be on his face for his entire career.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't care if we went 0-162 every
Can't
year.
tell me nothing, brother.
No,
Not for that kind of
No.
money.
No,
I don't think about how much money
I'm not. Look. I ain't never have another bad day if I'm him. But that's
Every day's a great day.
Hey, Hall Point.
You wake up with
Hall
that smile.
Mhm.
Hall
should-
Point,
you know-
what about in the movie Wolf of Wall Street?
yeah.
When Leonardo DiCaprio's on the boat and the FBI agents come there and he pulls out those wad of $100 bills. He just says,
Yeah.
you know what we call these? Fun coupons. And he just starts throwing them around.
Yeah,
He's got fun coupons everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
December 14th, 2024, Colorado wide receiver defensive back to a star, Travis Hunter, wins the Heisman Trophy.
I like it, man. I
Well
like
deserved,
it
man. Well deserved.
because it ain't like he played like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like
Yeah,
the amount of
this,
snaps,
a lot.
the amount of snaps that this kid played, and I get it. The
100
argument
plus
that
a game.
the argument that I heard is he wasn't elite at either one.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think he's you if you want to argue he wasn't elite, I'll say that. But was he really damn good? Is he top tier upper echelon at both of those positions? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we talked
absolutely.
about that last week that
Yeah.
you know, he wasn't they came to me first and I said, you know, he wasn't the best defensive back and he wasn't the best receiver, but he was the best player.
I just
Yeah.
want to know
Because he was very good at so many things.
does this count as the second defensive player to win the award or only half of it?
It has to.
Half.
Has
counts.
to. It had to be half.
counts.
I'll say first athlete.
I think the only problem, you know, only reason why I'm gonna say this, the reason why I don't have a problem with him winning the Heisman, because I think it was a weak field. I think this was one of like the weakest fields since probably
Absolutely.
2020. Like
Yeah.
it was just weak. Like who else you gonna give it to? You know, I guess Genty, but he played. I'm sorry, don't shoot, but he played it. You know, boys.
Boise
No,
State.
He played it like you ran over a bunch of kids.
They
They
played a bunch of garbage teams.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sorry, I'm not gonna give you a Heisman.
I'll
for
say
that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's you know, you look at, and we talked about this last week, but you know, you look at Boise's schedule. They played. There were 4 teams in that league that had a winning record, and there was another one that went 6-6. So 5 teams that had non-losing records, and Boise played one of them twice. UNLV.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your number 3 ranked team in the country.
They had a strength of schedule of like 80 or 85 or something.
85.
outrageous.
85.
And they're hanging their whole season on the fact. Well, we only lost to Oregon by 3. That's great.
Right. It's a good loss. That's the term.
It's a
That's
good
hot
loss.
button
Yeah,
term.
good
Yeah.
loss.
Good loss.
Hey,
And the sad thing is your good loss is better than your good win. So
Yeah.
Lord.
and the last big news as of today from the sports world, sadly, we lost the greatest of all time. Ricky Henderson passed away.
that'll be a record that'll never be broken.
Never be broken. I tried to do, to do the
Ever.
math. I looked it up, and who was it? Starlin Marte is the closest person to the
Stolen
record.
bases?
It was stolen bases, right?
Yeah.
He would have to steal 50 bases for the next 15 years.
God.
Which people
Jesus.
have to understand. So, like people who don't really watch baseball like that, to understand how great Ricky Henderson was, not the fact that he talked the talk and walked the walk.
Oh yeah,
He was probably the greatest leadoff
Man of all time.
All
time.
All
Like,
time.
do you understand how many times
The
you got to
power,
get on
the
base to
speed.
have that many stolen bases?
Yeah,
Like,
the
you gotta
power and the
understand-
speed, unbelievable.
How many leadoff home runs that dude hit in the course of his career? Like that's the stuff that he did at the top of the lineup makes the way managers think about making a lineup. He changed the whole game.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
there's not one man that's leading off today that can do what Ricky did. Back in the quote steroid era, he was.
And
back there
something else
killing.
that was impressive as long as he did it and for as many teams as he played for.
Exactly. I mean, he was just he was ahead of his time, and he'll always be
without
upper
question.
echelon, without a doubt, one of the best.
Go look at his also too. He was also in the 3,000 hit club. His 3,000th hit, he was with the Padres.
Yeah,
and it was a blooper into right field. I promise.
Turned to a double.
That didn't go 30 feet into the outfield. He got a double on. Stand-up double.
Wasn't that Tony Gwynn's last game?
Tony Gwynn's last game.
Oh, man. Incredible player.
Oh, yeah. Incredible player, man. Will be missed. Rest in peace, Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, man.
And there you have it, folks. That's our 2024 Truth Be Told Sports 2024 year in review. Do you guys have any ones that I probably missed?
I got two for you. One sad one. My Chicago White Sox became the worst team in MLB history.
Sad for who?
Yeah, that's that's hard to watch.
Yeah,
sad when you realize that the MLB doesn't even help out the bad teams. They actually prevent them from getting good talent to go there. But you just realize you're doomed to stay this way probably for the rest of my lifetime. And then something that just recently happened, opposite end of the spectrum, right? Going from worst to first, the Detroit Lions with the most winning season in franchise history, and they have an opportunity to add 2 more to that total.
Man, really? I was just talking about a video. I think it was how were I talking to you about it? There was a video I saw, or maybe it was Horace. There was a video I saw on I want to say it's TikTok, and I don't know if it was staged or not, but it was funny as shit to me. There was a couple. Married couple, they were assuming they were in Detroit. Husband's obviously a Lions fan. They're in Target. And she's just shopping in Target, and he's like, look, we need to hurry up, 12:30. We got to be out of here by 12:30, 1 o'clock kickoff.
He left her.
And he left her ass.
That's
he left her
solid move there.
Because she was just
respected.
You know what I'm saying? He left her ass in Target, bro. And she pulls up at home, and he was like, I told you. He's like, the Lions ain't been this good since the 50s. This was an emergency. I had to go.
He said they need me.
Yeah.
And as a Saints fan with wearing bags over our head, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is great.
We about to bring them back. Hell, don't put them away yet.
Oh, hey, I got mine sitting right beside my chair every day. Every game I watch, I keep reaching, but I keep pulling my hand back. I say I'm not going there. I'm not going back. But we might just have to. We might just have to so we can tear it down and build it back up. I don't know.
Horace, what you got, man? What you got? Anything I missed? Anything you want to that you remember for 2024?
Oh, me?
Yeah, Horace. Yeah.
Nah, not really. I think we hit everything. You know, for me, y'all already know what it was for me. You know, I was on the phone, at work, and Nick Saban retired. Come across my phone. I said, "Oh no!" I was talking to a customer. She said, "What happened?" I said, "Oh no, he gone." She like, "Who died?" I said, "No, he gone. He gone. He ain't dead. He ain't dead, but he left the team."
Oh my god!
I called in, bro. I literally couldn't work, bro. Like I was like shook. So that was my
highlight of the year.
Yeah,
Bo, what you got, brother?
Well, hey Horace, this is for you, man. I know you'll appreciate this being a fellow Bama fan. That LeBaron Fallon that plays basketball at Bama. He went to the high school that I teach. He went to our school for 3 years. His senior year, he transferred to that Link Academy out in Missouri, and that kid, I'm telling you, when he would play, our gym was packed rafter to rafter. You couldn't buy. We would literally sell out every home game. He would drop 40 every game. I mean, against some pretty good competition. Now, granted, high school kids, but like and Hollow Point knows. I mean, he scored like 40 something against Blunt. I mean, he scored. I think he had a game. He scored like 42 against Murphy. I mean, some pretty decent teams. And he was just
football at Baker.
I have. I don't right now. Right now, I coach baseball, but I've coached in the 20 years I've been there. I've coached at different times.
Okay. You probably know my cousin. He used to coach there.
Who's that?
Marcus Douglas.
Oh gosh, yes, I know Marcus. I wish he'd come back, but
me too. Me and you both.
Is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying he left on bad terms or anything. We just like having him. He's a good guy.
Hollow Point, what you got, brother?
I think you covered everything, man. I just the Olympics was big for me. Is always a big thing for me, and watching the men, because everybody was doubting them, and I think the best part about doing these review shows is just remembering where you are during that time that the thing happened.
Right on.
And I just remember all the doubt that everybody had about the men's team, like all these other teams were better. And Steph came in there and those lads like, nope, let me put y'all right back in your place. Just over everything. So I was dialed into all the Olympics, and I'm glad that Team USA showed up. Durant, LeBron, and of course Steph Curry kind of took over that basketball, and I was a better person for it. I loved it. I love watching it all the way. So yeah.
Coach Bo, do you know Coach Patterson?
Coach Patterson.
Yeah.
From
I'm assuming, I guess, from Baker.
Coach Patterson.
I don't know.
Probably. He knows all the coaches.
He knows all the coaches. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what sport.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I assume baseball.
She put it in the chat in a minute. Listen, man, there's so many moments in 2024 for sports for me. I would think like the biggest for me was being able to watch with my kids the Yankees winning the AL pennant. I wish it was obviously I wish it was the World Series, but that's pretty cool to be able to share that with my kids. You know, even though they live in LA, they're gonna be fucking Yankees fans. And if anybody has an issue saying
you're fighting that, man. Look at I appreciate your fight, man. Hold on to it. Hold on to it, brother. Hold on to that fight.
No, for real. Oh yeah, seriously. But that was pretty cool watching that happen. Obviously, the Olympics, man, being let down. I mean, so that with the Olympics, man, I felt like this country needed that shit at that particular time because as tumultuous as 2024 was, like for the American people, the Olympics brought us back together. Even when it was for the Subies, brought us everybody back together. So I like that part.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think she answered. He's a Fellowship of Christians athlete now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Coach Pat. His brother. Now there was 4 of them. The girl. She played tennis for me, and I coached all 3 of the boys. And matter of fact, Coach Patterson, the first year I coached, he was my position player. He was tight end, pretty good player. And then now, of course, he's all grown and got his own kids. But his brother, the youngest of the 3 brothers, he actually played for the Colorado Rockies. He was he went to South, and he was the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. So very athletic family. And then the middle brother, he played JV baseball for me, and yeah, great family.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, all right. Before we get out of here, folks, any shout outs? You guys got any shout outs, fellas?
I got one small one, man. LeBron James. As much as I don't like that dude, I was gonna say it earlier. That's the only NBA out of all NBA games I've been to. That's the only NBA game I've been to. I've really seen like for real, like superstar power. Like the Spurs they had just won a championship. They had just beat Miami. He went to Cleveland the next year back with Kyrie. And I was at the Spur game in San Antonio, Texas, and it was more LeBron jerseys in there than Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Ginobili added, and Kawhi Leonard, because he was on that team, added together. It was more LeBron James fans up in there, bro, than Spur fans, bro. Like I was like, oh my God. That's why he get his way. That's real superstar power. So shout out to Bron, man. Real superstar. Hit his 40 G's.
All right. Soup, man. Thank you once again for coming on, man. We appreciate you. Look forward to doing more work with you in 2025. Sir. You got any shout outs, bro?
Yeah, man. I just want to shout out my pops real quick. We talked about all the moments this year, and we talked about it at the top of the show, but on a real note, like being able to share that championship with my dad, who's been a Michigan fan since long before I came along. So for us to be to both be adults, me to be able to get him, buy him championship hats and hoodies and send that to him and give that to him. Big shout out to him, and he's a Minnesota Vikings fan, and getting to see his Vikings do what they're doing and knowing where they were at the beginning of the season and when they drafted McCarthy, how upset he was because he did not want McCarthy, and he's like, Sam Darnold, what's that kid gonna do? And he's living his best sports life. So if my Rams can't do it, I'm praying that Pop's Vikings do the whole thing this year.
Right on. All right. Bo, once again, man, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all your intellect on college football. Obviously, you'll be back, maybe next week to preview the next round of playoffs. But you got any shout-outs for us?
Oh, absolutely, man. Thank you guys for having me. It's always fun to get to talk college football, man. True passion of mine. And, growing up way down here in the deep South, it's always been college football first. We don't have any pro teams. We got the Saints 2 hours to the west, and then the Falcons. We don't even talk about to the east. We don't even talk about that other team to the east. But they're distance too. But I do want to give a shout out to my daughter. She's a senior. She's got multiple offers to cheer in college. And we feel pretty confident where she's going to probably end up at South Alabama, but she's worked really hard. Good student. Has a really good work ethic, and I also want to give her another shout out for getting her first ticket driving.
Hey,
and for all the things, it was for having her bright lights on. And then the cop flashed her, and she didn't dim them in time. So he turned around and gave her a ticket. And I was like, I said, this one I can take care of. And I said, I'm glad it didn't say speeding 75 and a 40, because that would be a serious problem. We can live with this, but don't make it a habit.
Right. There you go.
All right, my boy, day one, Hollow Point, what's up?
I just want to give it. Honestly, this is I got a shout out to my wife's brother who passed away in the Mosul bombings 20 years ago, December 21st. He's at the Arlington Cemetery, and honestly, that's where we were today because we couldn't get there for the 21st, so I couldn't get there. So I want to give a shout out to Master Sergeant Paul Daniel Karpovich. May you rest in peace. And we always take a shot or two of Jack Daniels or Jim Beam. I'm sorry. In honor of him, he was a great brother to my wife and a great soldier. So shout out to him. And again, may you rest in peace. So.
All right. My shout out. I'm gonna give it to Johnny, my little Johnny. This kid continues to amaze me and make raising him like an honor. I told you guys about Sacramento State. It's looking really, really, really like great for Berkeley. We keep hearing information back from them, so like it's pretty much in the bag.
Berkeley.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Let's go.
That's dope.
Very proud of this kid, man. I keep telling him, I was like, man, he got a ticket, but he got a ticket like a street sweeper ticket. It's only $40. He's paying that off. He's saying he's doing a little work, saying he's doing stuff around the house. He's just a great kid. I asked him to get in trouble a little bit, man, so it could be easier on my pockets.
Yeah.
What I mean? It'd be a lot easier on my pockets if he just get a little bit of trouble. But I'm just ultra proud of this kid, giving where he's come from, his background, his history before I got to him, to where he is now. The sky's the limit for this kid. I couldn't be prouder of him. So that'll be my shout out. I want to shout out all of our listeners.
That's right.
Everyone, all of our day one listeners. We're almost going into 2025 will be 5 years for us doing this podcast, and I've had so much fun doing this show over the course of this time, and it's been great. It's been fantastic, and we keep doing shows like this, having guys like Bo come on, having Sue come on, having my boy the Blunt Doc come on like last week. We want to open it up to more people who are out there watching. If you as passionate about sports, you want to come and talk sports, hit us up in the DMs. Let us know. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what you think about this show. And maybe we can have you on, give you a spot on here as well. This is our year in review show. So I want to make sure you guys, if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube later on, make sure you leave your favorite sports moment of 2024 in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on YouTube and TikTok. Give us a like and follow on Instagram and Facebook. Not that. Sorry, not that one. And here you go. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And hey, thanks for watching.
I'm about to say, Hulu, you should make Hollow Point do the read.
Hey,
he should
stay out of this.
2 weeks in a row, bro. I had to do this shit.
You're a yes. Okay,
it's horrible.
Hey, I'm a guess the first time. I'm taking off my shoes in the house the second time.
Hey, watch out. We're going to start making you produce the show.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. I'm looking for producers. Shout out to Annie. You know what I'm saying? One of our A1s for day ones. Great show. We appreciate you. We're going to try to, 2025, we're going to try to bring out some more bangers. I'm going to get better with this this little whole little thing that you're checking out right here. I'm gonna get better at that. A lot of things in store for 2025, man. So for Hollow Point, for Horace, for Bo, for my man Soup, we are Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. For White Mike, I forgot White Mike. We are Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. Happy New Year. Please don't say years, because we're only moving into 1 year. Okay, please stop saying years. Don't. There's no S on the end of it. Happy New Year. See you next year. I hate that. That's stupid. Rest in peace, Kobe. We're out of here.